Big up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back on Sophia's Football Talk with my fellow United supporter, Ola. How are you, mate? You good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not happy with the result of the game, but
Neither. It's
but
just,
what I think is at the same time I'm not shocked because I think we've gone through a run of 9 games in nine, which has been fantastic. But I knew at some point the performance level in a game or two, performance level would drop. And this type
yeah,
of game, what we needed to do was to just get the 1-0 win and get the three
yeah.
points. But at the end of the day, that free kick was very good from Olise. Like
Oh,
the
yeah, that was a
penalty, and
hella
I,
good
I
free kick.
think I think if not for the free kick, we would be leaving that game with the 1-0, with a 1-0 win and a 3 points. So I just think we are unlucky to consider free kick at the end. But games like this are definitely going to happen at some point. You can't keep playing on that same level week in week out. We've,
Yeah.
we've, we've gone through a very good run, so I can excuse a game like this. Not that I'm happy about it, but I know
Mm.
they are human beings. Rashford didn't perform well today.
I mean, they are.
Uh, I think the only player that was exceptional today was Casemiro, and at the end of the day, he got the yellow card, which will keep him out of the Arsenal game. The remaining players were shocking today. They didn't really play on the level we know them to play.
Mm.
So I like as soon as the game started, I saw the way we were playing. I knew this game
Yeah.
was going to be that type of game. And I,
Hmm.
I, I told a friend of mine, we were watching the game together. I told him this game most likely will end in a 1-1 draw because I saw the way we were playing. We came out in the second half. We didn't start well.
No.
We didn't we didn't keep up the momentum we had in the first half. So I knew something would go wrong at some point. And as long as as far as we didn't get the second goal, I knew something could happen at some point. And Lucky Palace, they got the goal, and but it's sad we all wanted the 3 points, but now we have to go on to Arsenal without Casemiro, and I don't know how we're going to do that, but it's going to be a very very tough week for us. Which as United fans, like I said in the other game, I'm happy and positive, but I'm not getting ahead of myself. I know it's a work in progress. Some of these players are not on
That's
that
true.
level yet. We want them to perform week in week out, but they are not on the level yet. So we should still expect disappointment. This game is an eye opener that we might go to Arsenal and lose, but we as United fans we need to back the manager. We need to support the process, and hopefully the club gets sold and we have an owner that's ready to invest the money and get players for Ten Hag. You can see Ten Hag when we consider that goal. He was worried. He was worried. He was shaking his head. He was
Oh, yeah,
feeling
he
really
was like,
sad,
mm-mm. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
sad. So it shows you that he knows these players they are not on that level yet. There's still a
Yeah,
lot of
we're
what
not.
to do. There's still a lot of what to do, and hopefully we can get a result against Arsenal. But now I think this game will damper the confidence of a lot of United fans, and to make them have second thoughts on how to brag ahead of the Arsenal game. If we had
Yeah.
gone out with the 3 points today, we all would be on top of the world. Even though the performance was not good, we'll be on top of the world and saying all sorts of things about Arsenal. But I think this now will curb and will make the United fans calm down and rethink of what they're going to say ahead of the Arsenal game because that is going to be a very crucial game. And Arsenal is a way better side than Crystal Palace. And we saw what Crystal Palace did today. So more or less an Arsenal, a very good Arsenal team. But hopefully I get a result from that. Sorry, I took it away from you, but I just had to pour out how I feel about the
No,
game.
it's okay. I mean, that's why I have you here. For me, when it comes to, when you ask, if you wanted to be here and whatnot, it's great because I feel like with the match reaction, I like listening to other people's opinion. Also, of course, sharing, giving off each other's opinions and reaction. Like this is just us being real. It's that right after the game, we're giving our honest, genuine reaction. It's not supposed to be cut clear. This is not ESPN. This ain't Sky Sport. This is us just giving our football opinion of what we felt after the game. That's it. So
Yeah.
I big up, to for being here and whatnot. So let's just quickly dive into some of the comments. By the way, guys, do remember to, of course, like the video and do indeed subscribe if you haven't already. To those of you who are new here, not familiar with Ola, this is Ola from the United Family. I've had him on before, especially when it comes to combined 11, United alongside other teams as well. But yeah, big up, do subscribe to him. I mean, so much stuff has happened in this watch along and whatnot. So I haven't gotten the time to quickly put on your what should I say, your YouTube, but I'm gonna be doing while we are on air. But regardless, show him some love. Okay, and let me read some of the comments here. Tana says it's never nice when Sofia has to change thumbnails. Oh yeah, Man United truly bottled it. Not gonna lie. Oh yes, we did. I mean, at the end of the day, I did say throughout the watch along, hey, at some point, we ain't gonna keep be winning every single game. We're not that team yet.
Yeah,
That we're just gonna be going on a winning streak and just win back to back. That's not what we are. But I said on paper we should have won this game. We had this game on the wraps.
yeah.
We should have won this game. That's
But
what's I feel like we threw it away. That's why I'm annoyed.
but Sophia, let's be fair to ourselves. We've gone to sales pack in the last couple of seasons. We might not have lost at sales pack, but we've had a very tough game at sales pack in the last 3 to 4 years. So you know what to expect. And I think we were unlucky to be playing pass at this time because they've gone through a run of games which they've lost 4 games. If they lost today, it will be the fifth game they've lost in a row. So like at some point they needed to get a result. Like that free kick was just a confidence booster for them that okay, now we can go into the next game and get something out of that game. So I think we're just unlucky to meet them at this point, which they needed a result. They needed a result any way and anyhow they can get. And fortunately for them, they got the free kick. Olise a very fantastic free kick, and that happened. So I think we are about. I I am okay because I think so far I have not gone ahead of myself and said we are challenging for the title or we are winning the league. I have not said anything outrageous, so I am okay,
Yeah,
and I feel like it's one of those games that will happen. But for this
yeah,
United fans that have been saying all sort of things that are saying we are winning the league, we are doing this and that, we are challenging for the title. Now this is a reality check to let them know that these players they can't just turn into world class players overnight. They can't just start
it's
playing
good.
consistently overnight. It takes time. It takes hard work. It takes bringing in some new players into this team and taking out some dead wood. We saw Matomini come into the game today and he did fuck all.
Yeah,
He did nothing. He did nothing in the game. He just came in and started fouling everybody. So it shows you what like the quality of players. You need to have quality on the bench and quality in the starting lineup. And that was my critique for Arsenal too, because I felt like they had a very good starting lineup, but they didn't have a very good bench. But so far they've been lucky. They've not really had any really strong injury or something,
mm,
and they've been kicking on. And I feel
yeah,
we like Casemiro got a yellow card, and we all were feeling bad. We were like, wow, like the yellow cards felt like a red card because we knew the player we
yeah.
had that we have as backup is a very like is not on the level of Casemiro. So we
No,
all were worried.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
that shows
because he
what we
was
need
more
to do.
so. I agree with you. The thing which was a little bit frustrating, is in terms of like while I was doing the watch along, and some people mentioned it's like he was kind of like not necessarily super, in the game or super involved. Like he was more so not really going into every tackle and what and I feel like for that particular moment, I think he completely kind of forgot that oopsie, and then he
No, but
realized, uh-oh,
But
oh
at the end
damn.
of the day, like I feel that tackle was very important because Zaha,
Yeah, he was, he was.
Zaha in that position. If you leave Zaha in that position, you might have considered the goal
Uh-huh.
earlier. And at the end of the day, he's a player. He reacted to what happened in the moment, so no one can blame him for that. He's doing his job. Uh,
Mm,
so by the end of the day, we know not having Casemiro against Arsenal is going to be a disaster because you have the likes of McTominay coming in. Hopefully, Fred can step up. Maybe Fred and Eriksen can step up in that game.
yeah,
I don't
in a
know.
way you
But
need to be more. I mean, Ten Hag definitely kind of needs to put in, like he was very, the tactical decisions when it came to the Man City game, spot on. You kind of had to go in with the same mentality, of course, every time in every game, but you have to go in a different direction. Maybe some people was mentioning, what was it? I think I saw on Twitter, um, maybe potentially having Lisandro Martinez as a DM instead, as he has played that before for Ajax. So maybe you can do that. You never know. You see Luke Shaw as a center back, been hella good, even though that's not necessarily his preferred role or best position, but he has gone in and done a good job there. There,
yeah,
I almost feel like the loss of Casemiro in that game kind of just showcased more and more that the squad depth is not squad depthing. Like it's it's
Yeah, yeah.
clear we don't have a squad depth. So it's a reality check in a way, like you're saying, that
Yeah.
hey, we don't have the squad depth. So we
And
can't
Sophia,
go in and
what I
win the
don't
league
like
because, you know, we don't have
what I
squad
don't like
depth.
is I've seen a lot of fans like blaming tenants for not taking off Casemiro at some point, not doing this and that.
Yeah.
Casemiro was the best player on the pitch today, and we had him for the full 90
Mm,
minutes, and at the end of the day, we ended up conceding a goal. So let's
mm,
imagine Eritana taking him off before he got the yellow card, and
mm,
bringing Fred on, and we ended up losing this game because at
mm.
some point, if not for Wan-Bissaka, we've lost the game today because Zaha was true on goal and could have scored, and that would be 2-1, and that would have been worse because I think a draw is still kind of fair because we know Selhurst Park is not an easy place to go to.
Mm.
We saw Crystal Palace beat Man City home and away last season. A Man City that won the league and played really well. We got a draw there last season, so it shows you that this team are a very good side when it comes to their own when they are playing at home. So we all know that, it's not a doubt. But I think Casemiro had to play this game because it was the best. Like you say, you have to play what is in front of you, which Tenant did
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Played
yeah.
what was in front of him, but like I think the performance today was just lackluster. It was the moment the
It
ball was
was.
free. A lot of things were wrong today, and I don't blame these players because I feel like it was coming. It has been coming because if we've gone through a run of games, we played really well. We've
Yeah,
scored, we've won like 9 or 10 games in a row. At some point, I felt the particular
yeah.
would come.
I see what you're
And
saying. That's
we were
fair,
just
Ola.
unlucky
That's very
to
fair.
concede that goal. I think if not for that free kick, we will be winning this game 1-0. Fine, at the end of the day, we will say we didn't play well, but we got the 3 points. These are the type of games you need to scrape the three, just get the 3 points anyhow you could. But we were unlucky
Yeah,
to
that's
get
just
Olise
yeah, it's
with
just
that
annoying
fantastic.
with the free kick, and it's I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the free kick by Olise because that was a hell of a good free kick. Wow, that was amazing. So also, I mean, big up to him for that. I just felt like it was frustrating for that to happen. We were just a few minutes away, and we
Yeah,
could have won the game.
but
You know?
that's what you face when you don't take your chances. We had a couple of chances before we considered that goal. Rashford, Rashford today, I
We
don't know
did.
what's happening. I
Yeah,
just think I just hope it is just a game that just a game because I think Rashford has been the main man for us this season,
he has
and with the performance he had
100%.
today was very poor. He wasn't taking on like he had lateral climb. It like Klein is one of he's not we all know he's not a very good player. So you can take him on, get a couple of chances, but he wasn't taking a player on today. The chances he got, he was taking too much time, making wrong decisions. There was a ball over the top given to him that on Rashford's day he controls it and he scores. He wasn't able to do that. So I think
Yeah.
today was just an off day. Like I hope it's just an off day for these players that and you have that once in a while. But the Arsenal game, that's when we know if things are going to go wrong or it's
Good
just an
point.
off day. Because if
Exactly.
you have this type of performance against Arsenal, we are getting
Yeah.
beat like 3 goals or
We
4 goals.
are. The thing is, we
Yeah.
have to be more clinical. Like, we are creating so many chances for ourselves, but we're not being clinical enough. So I get that. Uh, there's some comments coming on here. Let's see here. Ravi says, big up the one and only Sofia. Big up. Ravi also says, United should have put the game to bed. Really, what did Palace offer? Good point. I do think we should have. Didic says, what's up, Sophia? Past 50 minutes. Fam, hey, we here. We here. Sometimes, stuff happens. But Didic, we are here. Ravi also says, it's frustrating when you should have gone for it, a secured the win from early. Yep. Brittany Charles says that felt like a loss. For me, it does. That's at least I mean, sometimes, you know, this is once again, this is a match reaction. This is what I
Yeah.
feel right now, straight after the game. Once I calm down, maybe I might feel a little bit different. But this is what I feel now, and I do feel like it feels a little bit like a loss. I ain't gonna lie. Just because I do feel like we were so close with getting those 3 points. But hey, Lytics says, to be honest, Rashford was selfish today. He just wanted to continue his streak, yet couldn't stand a chance against two or three defenders. Yet there were moments where he was, in a position here where instead of trying to go at two, three players, maybe just pass it over to Ganacho, maybe
And
pass it over to
and
Anthony.
I need to mention this. I don't know, like I haven't been critical of Antony for a while because I think he's new in the league
Yeah.
and we have to give him time. But I think Anthony in the last 4 to 5 years he has been really poor. He has making
Mm-hmm.
bad decisions. We've seen scenarios where we are on the counter. Anthony needs
Mm-hmm.
to release the ball earlier to Bruno in the middle or to X in the middle. He keeps on holding the ball. We saw that today. Like Bruno was pissed off at him today, which I loved what Bruno did today. Like at the end of the day, they settled it, but Bruno made him know you are making wrong decisions. You hold
Yeah.
on to the ball too much. At the end of the day, when you release the ball, you make a very bad pass. Wan-Bissaka was good today, but Anthony was
Yeah.
shit. And I can't wait to
Re-
get a very good Sancho back.
Same.
I hope the process of like the process Sancho has gone through is going to yield results. I hope he comes back and he plays really well. And if he comes back and plays well, I definitely will see Antony go to the bench because so far he has been poor. He gets the goals in a couple of matches, but his all round game has been poor. I think
Yeah.
he makes bad decisions when you release the ball early. Like Garnacho today when he came in, we saw that Ten Hag has instilled a discipline in him that he doesn't hold up the ball too much. He doesn't want to take on players every time. He just has to release
Hmm.
the ball and keep it moving. That's what you need. Because in the first half, we had a couple of chances, counter-attacking chances that we could have gotten a goal from, but Anthony killed all those chances. I
Yeah.
think, and that was why when Eritrea was to make the change, it took him off. So I'm happy the manager is seeing what's going on, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I like today's game was like it's sad. We
It
like
is.
someone is saying here we should have gotten a penalty from the McTominay chance, but at the end of the day, BL
Yeah.
favored us in the last game, but sometimes it doesn't favor you, so you have to just take it anyhow it comes. But
I mean,
like
yeah.
at the end of the day, from these games, I think I expected six, 5, 6 points. Me personally, because I know it's hard for us to go and win all the games. But
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I think if we go on to Arsenal and we get the win against Arsenal, fine, we won't be as pissed as we are now.
That is a good point.
Yes, we won't be as pissed as we are now for the Crystal Palace game. But we would have looked
Yeah.
at the game and say if we had won this game, it would have been 9 points. Fine, but losing to Arsenal would be a disaster. So we need to get that result against Arsenal. I think this result is an eye opener that Eric has a what to do from now till Sunday to like start and all to make sure we can get a result against Arsenal. And
Mm.
hopefully we do because that's the only boost we can get. Because if we lose against Arsenal, the confidence and the chest a lot of United fans are having, saying we are
Yeah.
in the title race,
Oh,
this and that is going to go down. And obviously, there's still a lot of games to go. We have like a full round of games to go. Anything
we
can
have
happen,
a lot of games
but
to
but
go
you
at.
can only
That's true.
play what's in front of you, like everyone says. And we today we played really bad. We're not on our game today, and I can excuse that as a fan. I'm not getting over the moon. I've seen a lot of reactions. I've seen I've seen people blame the manager. I've seen people blame a lot of the players, but they also are human beings. At some point, they can't keep playing on that level. We've seen the likes of City. We've seen
Mm.
Arsenal. We've seen
We're
them. You
not
can't
that
keep playing
yet. Yeah.
consistently on that level.
Yeah. It's just, I just felt like it was more like the momentum. Like definitely was going into this game being very confident. But hey, what are you gonna do? Comes here.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal to go into the game confidence because we won against City in the last game. But
True.
that's just how bad football is. Because we won against City, a good Man City side, and now we got to extend for that side that were below. They were below average today. They didn't play really well. In the second half, they got better, but in the first half, they didn't play well at all. We could have
Yeah. They
took
didn't.
that game in the first half with a key 3 goal lead. And at the end of the day, we come out with the 3 points. But now the game
Mm.
is over, so we can't keep dwelling on what has happened.
I
Just
know.
move on to the next game.
Good point. The ethics says United always relaxes when they get a goal first. We gotta stop doing that. We
Yeah,
gotta keep going. Like, yo, just go at them. What's the word that I'm looking for? Don't be holding back. Just hey, football power hours is big up to you too, mate. Hulk Hogan says Arsenal did juju on the United today, and we gonna bring the juju back to them. How about that? It says, is it possible? Yeah, yes. I figured out how to do the display name. So yes, yes, yes. And I have by the way linked the Ola's channel down below. So definitely check it out. Show him some love. Okay.
yeah.
April MC says, to be honest, United aren't great. Arsenal will smash. Okay. Aight. Alpha says, kudos to us, the Gunners. We move. Damn, there's a lot of Gunners people here. Okay. I cannot wait till we bring the smoke to the Emirates. Let's go. April says not one single. Okay, this is a madness. Not one single player of Man United gets in Arsenal's 11. Cold hard truth. You know what, fam? I hope that you will be back on. What should I say? Friday, because I already have planned a combined 11 with an Arsenal a fan called Gracie May, because we gonna be doing a combined 11. So, and there will be multiple United players going into that team. So April MC, hold that. Zazie says true. Martinez used to play DM sometimes at Ajax. Yes.
Yeah.
Millie says great stream, Sofia. Thank you. Bonfa says good result for United. I don't feel it at the moment, but hey. April says Casemiro would probably make the bench, but El Nenli is just as good. Really? You're
That's
wow. Oh my, I'm
that's
just gonna brush.
it's
No, no, no,
violating.
no.
It's violating.
We're not gonna put nope. We're not gonna disrespect multiple Champions League winner Casemiro. Excuse me, April. Nah, no, 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 no. I mean, it says this one really hurts. I feel the same way, but there's still a lot of games left. Of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what we feel right now, but eventually it too shall pass for sure. Schlot says, "LOL." That's all I have to say. And good night. Lemon says that was a pen though. Oh yeah, 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 definitely a pen. But I almost feel like after the whole city thing, like, am I gonna be crying over not getting a pen? No, no, no. We move on. Levin also says we beat Arsenal without Casemiro. Okay, so before we speak a little bit on that game though, there's one comment that came in. The Dom says Rashford cost us today at some point. Positive with the results though. Tough game on Sunday without Cas, right? What do you think?
I think I won't say Rashford cost us the game today because it's just like I am like I don't know what to say now because Rashford has been brilliant in the past couple of games, but the Arsenal game will judge if this is just a blip or it's something we should be worried about. And
Good
lest we
point.
forget, Rashford was kind of injured in the last game, but he stayed
Mhm.
on, he played, he got the goal. And I think
Yeah,
that has affected this game. And for the United fans that feel Martial is not important, all that. Because I think today we saw what Martial like Martial is way what it does you don't notice it. It's just like I won't say like Casemiro, you see what Casemiro does in the game, he plays the game, but with Martial, it doesn't really show, but he links up
yeah,
the play very well. It does some things that goes unnoticed. And that's why I think today we missed him. Weghorst fine. This is his first game. You can't, and
yeah.
the players are trying to understand what he was doing. We didn't put in a lot of crosses into the box. When you have someone like Weghorst, you have to keep putting in crosses because he's good with it with his head.
Exactly.
He got a chance that he almost took fine, but at the end of the day, this is just the first game for Weghorst. You can't judge him on this
Oh
game,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
but I
still
think
felt like there was good moments from Vegas and
yeah,
whatnot. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
link up play,
And
pressing.
but
He presses a lot.
I would have gone with Rashford starting. If I was the manager, I would have gone with Rashford starting up top today, and we're just coming on in the
Really?
second
Okay.
half. Because if Rashford was starting up top, Garnacho starting on the right, it would have. I think we might have won this game today. And we're just coming in
Uh-huh.
the second half, like when he was getting
Oh,
tired,
having him
and
come in
yes,
instead,
in the second
maybe instead of
half, and maybe
maybe.
and he might have gotten the goal. But now I think all that is in the past because the game is over.
Yeah.
But I just think we can't be too harsh on Rashford and say Rashford cost us the game today. Fine, he made a couple of bad decisions and he
Yeah.
made some mistakes in the game, which a lot of the players did. Anthony was shocking. I think if we had to do a player rating, I might give Anthony a 1 or a 2 because he was really shocking
Nah.
today. He
Oh,
was
really? I didn't. I
yes,
actually
yes,
felt
yes,
like he had.
yes. It was really shocking today. Like there are some decisions you make that you
Okay.
might not score, you might not assist, but there's some decisions you make that will help the team to get the result. And
I
I
get
think
that.
today we had a lot of opportunities to counter, which Anthony delayed and delayed the pass, and
Uh
we
huh.
ended up losing that momentum. And we saw the instance where Bruno got pissed off at him. For Bruno to be pissed off at him, it shows that what I'm saying is right. Because I
Yeah, he
am a
was.
fan
He
just
there was.
watching
Yeah, yeah,
and Bruno is on the pitch. Bruno could see what I'm talking about. So
yeah.
Anthony needs to improve. I think the 80 million price tag is also what is making Eritrea
Oh,
playing
for sure.
week
But we
out,
all know, like
week in, week
the
out.
kid,
Because
the
I
kid
think
ain't worth that at all. that price. But I see your
Yeah.
point. I still
At
felt
the end
like
of
there
the
were
day, at
moments
the end
where
of
he
the day,
was
I can't
open.
just wait for him to have a competition on that wing because
Oh yeah,
so far he doesn't have any competition on the wing, and that's
it
why
doesn't.
he keeps playing week out. So once Sancho is back, I hope Sancho can come back really strong and give us the level of performance we know he can.
Yeah,
And then maybe we can see Antony step up and get better.
exactly.
But so far in the last couple of games, he has been poor. He got the
Mm,
goal in like 2 games in our last 5 games, but he has been poor. Or if
yeah.
we are being realistic, he has been poor.
Mm,
So I think today I just hope it's a blip, and I hope we can go to Arsenal and
yes.
get a result. A draw against Arsenal won't be a bad result for me, even though I want us to win, but I don't just want us to lose. 5 points out of 9, fine. After the City game, we all were optimistic. We thought we can get 7 or 6 or 9, but I think 5 points will be bad out of 9 points against these teams. And hopefully, we can get the win. Then we go off with
But
7 points, and the Palace game will just be a game that just came and went.
yeah, it's more so like I don't know. For me, it would have been like it would have been. I don't know. It's not necessarily the thing with like I don't have a problem with necessarily getting a draw or losing whatnot, but when you are leading, you're almost there at the finish line. You're about to right win the game, and then suddenly the other team, the opposition, equalizes. That's what feels frustrating. That's what makes me feel quite annoyed and a little bit disappointed because if they would have maybe scored first and then we would have come back and it will be equalized, maybe that would have been a little bit different in a way because then you could be like, oh, okay, this was difficult, yada yada yada, but we got a point. For me, that's kind of how I see it. But when you are up a goal, you're almost down with the game.
When you are
You're
considering in
almost
the
there.
91st minutes of the game, then and I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I won't lie. I'm not happy. I expected more, but I saw that goal coming. I saw the goal coming.
Yeah,
And I think that free kick was just like the perfect opportunity for them. Fine, you can blame the player that committed that foul. By the end of the day, this is just football. Just like blaming
it.
Casemiro for getting the yellow card. He had to do a job on Zaha at that point. If Zaha had
Oh my
scored,
goodness.
some the same fans would have blamed Casemiro for not making the tackle. So that's just football. I think now that this game is gone, we might feel sad, we might say all sort of things, but the Arsenal game is the more important one now. And I think
Oh
and
yeah,
this and I think what has happened today will make the players and everything prepare more and prepare better for the Arsenal game because Arsenal
yeah.
is a way better team than
Maybe it will be kind of like, hey, this is must win. We gotta go and get those 3 points. That will
By the end of the
almost
day,
make maybe.
Sofia, Tenor can't come to the pitch and play. It's the players that will still perform. And now we have Casemiro out. Hopefully, Fred can step up. We've seen Fred and Casemiro, Fred and Matomini step up in such
Yeah,
games.
you have to other people step up because for me, it's like I love Casemiro, but the guy he cannot be playing every single game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
also like a fair thing. The
Like,
same with
like,
Bruno, like he
it,
can't.
like I told someone if we are pissed off about a yellow card, what if he got injured? He won't
True.
play. So that's what's like. But I think we as fans we have the right to be worried because we know we don't have squad depth. We know
Yep.
we need to get signings in, but now we can't because of the situation our club is in, and that's
Yep.
why I hope the sale of the club happens really early, like February, March, so we can know
Same.
like
We're on it.
at the end of the
Yeah.
season we are going for quality and better players and getting some deadwood out because if the sales of the club delays it's going to affect our transfer activities at the end of the season. So, like
Exactly.
they see a lot as United fans, but I think we've overachieved. So, like
That is actually very true. We
if I
probably.
might say, because I thought of the season we were looking at fifth, sixth, just trying to
Yeah.
get an Europa
Maybe
League spot,
like we've
or
been. Yeah.
yes,
Go go go.
but we playing good and better football. That was what we all were craving for. No one was looking at top four or being in third position as a target. But luckily for us, Penag went through a run of games. The players they played really well, and now we are third on the log. So
Mm,
I think we got ahead. Like a lot of fans got ahead of themselves, feeling like the team was back. But I knew things like this would come, and that was why, and that's why I think I don't really feel that sad, even though I'm sad that we drop points. But I'm like,
yeah.
I expected this would happen at some point. It might be the game to Arsenal, might lose to Arsenal, might lose to Palace. We could have lost to City. We were
It could
lucky.
have.
We were lucky with the first goal being like I think if the first goal was cancelled, then most
It could have
likely
been
we
a
would have
different story.
yes we might have lost the game. So that's football.
Of
It took
course.
Guardiola, it took Jurgen Klopp to build teams. Even Arteta took 3 years, 3 plus years to build this Arsenal team to the
Mm,
level they are. But
yeah.
we as United fans, we wanted her to build it in 6 months. No, that's not possible.
Of
It takes
course
time.
not. I think
So
we're just
so
fans.
things
Like
like
we're
this,
going on. We're on a high. Like hey, but of course we have to be realistic. At some point we were going to lose.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
am I acting like we lost? We didn't lose. It's a draw. But this just feels like a loss.
Because why it feels like that because we all had our hopes up and we're like Crystal Palace
Yes.
are not they are not on form. Like we played Crystal Palace in the past that they dominate game against us, but in the last couple of games they've lost 4 out of their last 5. So it shows they are not on form. But at some point they need to pick a point from somewhere. And just luckily for them, it was against us. And it's not
That's
as if they
true.
dominated the game. We played well, but the performance was slow, lackluster. The movement of the ball was bad,
Yeah.
which it
We,
happens. It happens. So
it
that's why I
does.
think we as United fans we just need to calm down,
Yeah.
take this draw as just a blip, and hopefully we get a very good performance against Arsenal. And if we can do that, I think we ought to forget this Palace game, and if we can get the win against Arsenal, the momentum will be back, and we can go
Oh
on to win
yeah.
other
Of
games.
course.
And
Of
we still have a
course.
lot of games to play. Let's not forget, we still have Barcelona in the Europa League. There's still a lot of games they still for every team.
Yes.
The same for Arsenal, they have a lot of games to play. Arsenal still have
Yeah.
to play City home and away. They can lose the 2 games and we have opportunities to catch up to them. I think this season I will still stick with top 5. Top 4 my like it's kind of realistic, but I will stick with top 5 because I think we are still a work in progress. We don't need to get ahead of
Mm.
ourselves, which we all as United fans we started doing that. We started
Oh
saying like
yeah.
we're ready for the title. So like some United fans said we are winning the league. And I was like, where is that coming from? But I think it's just the confidence and the belief we have in the manager. And the team has been good in the last couple of games, but this is a reality check, and it shows that this team will still have a lot more improvements, and we need a lot of investment in this squad to get to the level we deserve.
Mm. Very, very good point. Some comments here. Let's see. No, I read that. Shaw says Casemiro tried to get yellow in the last game, but the ref was so in love with United that he didn't give the deserved yellow to him. That's karma. Okay, Schlotz. Interesting. Zazi says the only positive with that yellow is if, and that's a big if we don't win, lose, or draw, we have an excuse.
Hmm.
In okay, True City fan, big up, big up. Schlotz says can't wait for McFred against Arsenal. Maybe Ten Hag has a masterclass tactical decision incoming. Hey, the Browns Adonis says send Elanga to Dortmund, and then Schloss says we don't want Elanga. And then the Browns Adonis says, Mister, I've got the midlife crisis haircut. Ten Hag doesn't need him. Oh wow, shots fired. Okay, Lord have mercy. But okay, for you, shall we do some of the what player rankings? The
Yeah.
hair. Oh, by the way,
The,
before we do, it's more so for me like a 5 is an average. That's kind of
yeah,
how I would like to do it. So, what do you think
I
about the hair?
for the goal, I don't think he really had much to do for the goal. The free
Yeah, I
kick
don't
was
think it could do
fantastic,
much.
and he had like 2 or 3 saves, which
Key saves.
key saves. So I'll go with 7 for the game. Like he had an impact in the game because we
I
were poor
might
today.
actually agree with that.
We
Yeah.
were poor today, so he had to step up at some point, but he was just unlucky also. Consider
Mm-hmm.
goal.
Okay. No, I'm gonna say 7 as well for De Gea. I felt like he did his thing. What is he gonna do for that goal? The Olise had incredible free kick. That's it. Wasn't
Yeah,
much De Gea could do, and
yeah.
that's that. So hey, big up. What about Wan-Bissaka?
Saka, I'll go with an 8. I'm going that high because I think he played really well. Like I'm on the back four.
Yeah,
It was really brilliant. It was like
it was actually really
holding the ball
crucial.
up well. Like Zaha in the first half was not able to get past him. He had to switch to the other wing. We
Yeah.
saw that in the first half, and also the tackle he made in the dynamics of the game that was very crucial.
You know what?
That alone gets him a 10. if we had won this game, that alone gets Wan-Bissaka a
Oh
10
yeah, 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 yeah.
because I think it was very important. But the fact
You're
that we
spot
do
on.
the game,
Yeah,
I will give him an 8. A very good performance. Like he like Wan-Bissaka has really improved. He has really improved. Like we already see this coming. We
yeah,
were thinking he will be out the door in January, but now he's tapping his feet and he's trying to take up that spot from Diogo Dallo. So
mm.
today's game is an 8.
I have to agree with you there as well, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about Luke Shaw?
You sure I'll go with a 7 or a 6. I don't know. Just let's. I'll just stick with.
Six.
I'll stick with a 6 because I think
Yeah,
today he was all right. He wasn't really he didn't really do anything spectacular. I think
six is still like it's
maybe he's
decent.
getting
Yeah,
used to the center back position. So
yeah,
maybe 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 that might be the issue. But
maybe.
today he didn't really do anything bad. But I think
No.
Palace had more joy on his wing. Olise was taking him on. He was Olise really gave him a game today.
Yeah.
And I think compared to Wan-Bissaka, it's two different game because
Mm-hmm.
they were not able to go through that wing, but with Luke Shaw, they were able to
Yeah.
pass through his wing and get joy on that wing. So I will give him a 6.
Good point. Um, let's see here. What about Lisandro Martinez as he had his first start in a while, actually? What do you think about his performance?
Yeah, I think Martinez might. I think he should have gone with the formation he has gone with the last couple of games. Martinez might have still been on the bench. Martinez played really well today. He made the
Mm,
interceptions when needed. He got
mm,
injured early in the game, so that also is a factor to put in. But he still
of
went on
course.
to like he still put the challenge in at the right time. Like the
Yeah.
way he was passing the ball through the line, very
Oh,
important.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I love how progressive it
like
is with the ball. It goes so high up. It's kind of comfortable with playing more so with the high line with him rather than, for
yeah,
instance,
yeah.
Maguire, right?
And also having Mateta and Edward start that game, we all thought it's going to be a really tough game for him, but he was able to like cover all their threats. And at the end of the day, Mateta was taking off. And I think if Mateta had stayed in that game, we might have won the game with a lot more goals. But Eze coming in changed the game for them in midfield,
Oh,
and they were linking the ball better
true.
and making
SA's a baller,
chances.
man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think
It's a good
I
point.
didn't really think Martinez did anything bad, but uh, I would I would give him a 6. I don't want
I
to go
feel
to a
like,
7 because
yeah,
I think
I'll say
Gonzaga was
mm,
way better
yeah,
than Shaw and Martinez.
yeah. I want to say a six as well because there were moments where he was maybe a little bit shaky, and I did
Yeah,
feel like kind of Varane kind of bailed him out. Speaking of Varane, what do you think about his performance? I felt like he was really, really good in my opinion.
yeah, Van was really good. You got a 7 from me. It was really good. I think at the end of the day, the fact that we considered a goal to a free kick shows that our defense were, even though we're not on top of our game, our defense was still on
Yep.
point to a certain level. So I think my issue with that free kick was having Fred in a wall of three in the middle of the wall. Fred is really short. You should have someone tall, someone who could jump and eat that ball. I think Casemiro and Fred, the ball went through them, and I think if you add someone taller
Yep.
in that position, it might that chance most likely wouldn't have gone in. Might have been a corner or something.
Maybe.
But now the game is over, so we can say
Yeah.
all sort of
It's
things,
so
but
much
that
you can
doesn't
say like afterwards, oh
really
da 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 da
apply
da, but
again.
it's like, hey, yeah. Um,
I think Van was good today.
yeah.
I think Van is
Yeah, I want to say like an eight. That or I could even. The thing is, if he would have won the game, I kind of would have said a 10 for Varane. To be honest, I felt like he was incredible. He was just
yeah,
so calm
yeah,
behind there.
but I think at the end of the day, during that game one, and also I think Wan-Bissaka had like from the back four. I think Wan-Bissaka had an higher level of performance. So
Mm.
even though Van was really good, so I would like you said, if I won the game, we would have additional tens
Yeah,
to
we,
the back
we would
line.
have given higher
Yeah,
scores, of course. Yeah,
and
rankings. Yeah,
But we drew,
Absolutely.
or not we drew, so I will stick with the 7 for him.
Yeah. Okay, so in midfield, let's talk about Casemiro.
Casemiro was good today. He did his
Hmm.
job. He was stopping out all the attack. I think in the first half, even in the second half, I think it was Casemiro doing the job of Casemiro and Eriksen. He was the one doing all the job in that midfield. Eriksen was not.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Eriksen should have been taken off earlier than he was. But at the end of the day, the manager is putting in trust to these players. He can't just, he doesn't just want to take them out very early. He wants to give them the opportunity to prove him wrong. But today it didn't work out. But Casemiro did a lot of, and the yellow card was coming because he was doing a lot of tackles,
it was
intercepting
coming.
the ball really
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So he did his job. I thought he did his job, and I'll stick with that 8. I don't think I really blame Casemiro
Eight.
for.
Wow. I almost want to be like, I don't know. I just feel like from what I've seen from him, I think I just this game was a little bit. I don't know. I feel like mid second half, it got a little bit sloppy sometimes, where he was maybe losing the ball a little bit too
Yeah,
often.
yeah.
That's just, you know.
It was like I felt that was due to the fact that Ericsson was non-existent in the game. He was doing two-man job, so it should
Yeah.
go because I think Fred should have come on earlier in the second half.
Oh, one
I,
hundred percent.
I felt that the McTominay change was even bad for me. I felt like Fred should have come on instead of McTominay.
Yeah, because I would have assumed Fred
Yeah.
to come in instead of McTominay, but hey,
Because McTominay came in and started fouling everybody and started causing chaos, wants to fight with everyone. Like
yeah,
McTominay doesn't know how to tackle. McTominay should be playing an attacking position, not a defensive position. And we saw that when he came on,
exactly.
he
And he
was just
sometimes often do
like
hide too much though,
yes, he doesn't
in
time his shots
certain
well. He makes
situations.
bad decisions
Yeah,
when it's the ball bad passes. McTominay was non-existent. And I think Fresh should have come on earlier for Ericsson. But at the end of the day, I think McTominay, like you said, he was sloppy, but I think he was doing too much job today, and that was why he made. At some point, he got tired. At some point, he got tired, and he was making a couple of bad passes. But I think all around, he was really good.
yeah. I mean, when it comes to Casemiro, I almost want to. Yeah, I just from his standards in terms of every single game so far he's been playing and whatnot, and he is an integral part to this team. I just feel like I want to say maybe a 6, potentially a 7. I could be maybe a little bit too harsh, but mm, I'm just the only reason why I'm saying it is because we know the standard he does achieve every single game. So I just felt like this was more of his more poor game in terms of if we're going to compare it to the other games. So I'm going to say a 6, probably, maybe even almost a 7, but potentially like a strong 6 in a way. What about Ericsson?
Yeah.
What do you think about Ericsson?
Ericsson, I would give him a 5. I would give Ericsson a 5 today. I don't
Same.
know. I think I think with Ericsson, I don't think you can really blame Ericsson. The edge
No,
factor, the health
I think he's
factor.
tired, man. I
There's a
think
lot to
he's
consider when it comes to
fatigued.
Ericsson, and we've played him a lot this season. He has
Yeah,
been
we
important for us.
have.
He has gotten a couple of assists for us this season. But I think
Mm,
at some point that's where I feel if we had the money to spend, we would have reinforced that position because we need more creativity. We need
we
someone
do.
that is creative and also have legs to run for the 90 minutes. Ericsson should be someone that comes on in the second half or plays like 50 to 60 minutes and goes off. He doesn't need to play
Yeah,
consistently 90
he
minutes.
doesn't.
He can't. He can't. There's a
That's
lot
why
of
you
factors
need
that can
another
make him do that.
midfielder
So I think we can't
exactly this
really
summer.
blame him. We can't really blame him. We have to blame the fact that we don't have the squad depth to be able to rotate and give him a lot of rest. And the games that
Yeah,
are coming thick and fast, we still need him
it
most of the
is.
season. But I think, but I think he should be playing a more attacking role. That like he playing side by side with Casemiro, he has to do a lot of defensive work, and I think
Yes.
he's not built for that at the moment.
No.
So we need to figure that out and try to play him in a more attacking role. He and
Yeah.
Bruno. I think Bruno will fit in that Ericsson role better than Ericsson, and Ericsson will do
Mm,
more in the Bruno role better than Bruno.
okay.
That's because Ericsson is more creative than Bruno. If we look at it that way, and Bruno has the legs to run up and down the pitch, put in the tackles, and he has the energy,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Ericsson doesn't have. But at the end of the day, I'm not a coach, so I don't know what the coach sees in training. because
That's the
but I
thing.
think Casemiro is more creative than Bruno, and Bruno has more legs and can do a lot of running more than
Mm,
Ericsson. So
yeah.
I think today was just a standard five. He didn't really have much to do. He should have come up earlier for Fred.
Yes.
But sometimes, but at the end of the day, if we had won the game, we won't be bringing up all these excuses. But because we
Yeah,
drew the
that's the thing though. If
so
we would have won the game, I mean, we would have like maybe said one or two things, but we wouldn't really be saying this much stuff about like
yeah,
okay, yada yada yada. But I do think the case of Eriksen, I think a five is warranted. Also, I think it's it's fatigue. The guy has been playing so much
yeah,
this
if you
season.
look up, yeah,
I do hope in the summer that we do get a couple new midfielders in so
yeah,
that he doesn't have to be playing every single game and whatnot, you know?
yeah.
What about Bruno? What type of ranking are you giving him?
I think I'll give Bruno a seven. He got the goal. Apart from the goal, I didn't really think he did. And with Bruno, you get the work rate, you get the ginger, you get him running up and down the pitch, rallying around, rallying the other players,
Yeah,
and he got a very good goal. Took the goal very well.
yeah.
So I think I'll give him a seven. The captain of the team is showing the courage and is trying to make us know why he's the captain of this team. But at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, you do the game. They might have gotten something higher. If we had won the game 1-0, we would have gotten like an 8 or a 9. But I
Mm,
think I think a 7 is okay for Bruno.
yeah.
And I think we can see the captain attributes Bruno as, like for him to tell Anthony that he was wrong on the pitch, like it shows that he's a captain material. But
Mm,
I think just a seven now because he scored the goal. He might have gotten something lower, but because he scored the goal, and
mm.
so I give him a seven.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a seven is warranted. I mean, did score. There were other moments. Sometimes it could be a little bit sloppy as well. Not just him. It was a couple of players that definitely had that sloppiness and whatnot. Um, Maybe I'll give him a six actually.
Yeah.
What about Antony?
Anthony, and like I said earlier, I'll say
Come on.
Anthony gets a two from me. I like
Ola,
I, I,
two.
I am really serious. Anthony, if we had won this game, I would still give Anthony the highest score I can give him will be a four because Anthony was really poor today. I think we are not really seeing like in the last couple of games, in our last 5 games, I think he has scored 2 goals. But in
Yeah.
all those games, he has been poor. He has making bad decisions. His link up play is not there. Like I don't know what. Like I think fine, we can we can give him a leeway because he's new into the league. But like what I want to see for him is I want to see him try. Like when we bought him, we said he was the answer to the right hand side, and we see Anthony keep like he doesn't take on players. See Garnacho. If
He
Garnacho
needs
comes,
to
take
take
on the
on
players.
players. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like
Mm,
it tries. Like even if it
yeah.
doesn't work out, we see him try. But with Anthony doesn't try. He just delays the pass, hold on to the ball too much, and kills the
Oh,
attack.
that is
We saw,
annoying when he does that.
we saw that in like 3 or 4 instances in the first half of this game, and that was why he was cooked off first in this game today because the manager can see that this guy is killing the game. Like I
I
know,
still felt
I
like the stuff that he does off the ball defensively, there's a lot of other attributes that he brings that is hella good. But I
yeah,
do agree with you when it
I
comes
know
to when we won, he needs to do better. He needs
I
to do
know,
better.
I know of the ball defensively, but his first job is to attack. He's a
Of
winger.
course, of course,
He's a winger first before a defender. And
of
today,
course.
and
I
today,
get it.
I think Wan-Bissaka held on to that wing very well for Anthony to be
He
able to
did.
go forward and create something. But he
Yeah.
wasn't able to create anything in the game today. We can
Mm,
overlook it because we have been getting the results, and
mm.
sometimes he gets a goal. But his overall performance has been poor in the last couple of games, and
Yeah.
now man, I know it's new and I hope it comes good, but I think Ten Hag
Yeah.
needs to work on Anthony. Maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe when Sancho comes back and Sancho start performing, we can do a Sancho for Anthony and let
Yeah.
him go
I mean,
somewhere
Sancho
else.
is back
To,
on,
yeah,
training with the squad,
yes,
so
yes,
maybe eventually will be
yeah,
brought
because
in.
I think Anthony, for the strength he has the pace, he has the strength. With Sancho, we know Sancho doesn't really have the pace, and he
Yeah.
always likes to cut back and link up the play. But with Anthony, he has the pace, he has the trickery,
He
he
has the
knows how to
pace.
dribble.
We
But
have
I don't know
seen it
from
from him before,
Anthony.
but
So
we need to see more.
maybe the press tag that is getting into his head, I don't know. But I think they need to work on him. He needs to
Yeah.
do better. In this game today, it
Mm,
was shocking. He killed the game a lot in the first half. We might have gotten
mm,
a couple of goals if Anthony has released the ball earlier in the first
mm.
half. We've seen a couple of counter-attacking situations which he held on to the ball and killed that attack. So that's why I'm giving him a two. Not because
Damn.
he
A
doesn't
bit
have an
harsh,
impact.
but I get
But
it.
I
This is
think
your opinion. Yeah.
but I think for the price tag and for the job, his main job is to attack and create for the team,
Mm-hmm.
and he hasn't done that in the last couple of games. So I have to
Mm.
be critical of him, and hopefully he comes. I want him to improve. I want him to get better.
Of
I
course.
want to see, and now we have a player like Wegos, who has the high advantage. You have to put in the crosses. I didn't see Anthony putting the cross once in this game.
Mm.
So these are the factors we need to put in place. Like he has gotten like 5 goals, but how many assists has Anthony gotten so far this season? I think just 2 or 3 assists.
Mm.
I'm not even sure if it's up to that. So it shows that it's the job of creating. He is
Mm.
not doing that.
No,
He
no,
is
no.
not doing
That
the job
he
of
needs to
creating.
work on that. I still feel like in this particular game, I want to say like a five, potentially. I would have maybe even said higher if we could have just. It's the stuff that he needs to do better with in terms of like when we have the counterattacking whatnot. It really pains me, like you also feel, when he ends up kind of slowing it down and waiting for that. Oh, I need a midfield. I need somebody to bail me out. I need somebody to help me out. No, no, no. Go past him. You fast. You can do it. But it's
Yeah.
almost kind of like he's second guessing himself. I still want to say a five, but there's still potential there. I just don't want to necessarily, for me at least, I didn't really feel like he had the worst of games. I still felt like there was a lot of other good things that he was doing overall, and that he did have a more better game than maybe, which game was it? I think it might have been the Bournemouth game. It was one other game not that long ago where I just felt like, yo, he had a horrible game. This game, in my opinion, I didn't feel like he was horrible. It's still moments where he needs to work on some stuff. But the
Yeah,
potential is there.
yeah, the
He
potential is there.
just he needs to be
I think
challenged more.
I think he just needs that confidence to be able to go at the
Yeah,
players. Like with Garnacho doesn't care. He doesn't care
he
if you are
really does not
if
care.
you are the
He plays
biggest
with
or the
so
tallest or the
no
strongest. It
fear.
comes at you. It comes
Yeah.
at you, and that's what Anthony needs because Anthony is physically and I think he's very skillful. But I think he's even more skillful than Garnacho. But I don't know if he's having the fear to take on the players. I don't know what exactly is wrong with Anthony, but he needs to improve because
Mm,
for that price tag he needs to deliver. And under a manager like a Ten Hag who demands a lot from his players, you have to perform. And I think I
mm,
I, I think it will come good, but so for this game, I don't think he did enough.
I get that. What about Rashford?
Rashford get a five. He gets a five also. I've given him we've rated him 10, 9, in the
Yeah,
past couple of games, but today he was really poor. It
he
wasn't the, like
was.
like in that wing you have a player like Nakamda Klein. Klein is one of
Like, what
like
is he gonna do?
like Klein is not I don't want to say he's shit because he still does a job there, but I think when it comes to defenders in the Premier League, Klein is way below the pecking order. So I think
Yeah,
he should have gone at him. I think that was why I think Garnacho starting on that wing,
yeah.
going going against Klein and Rashford starting up front might have been better for
Mm,
the game today because
yeah,
Garnacho will definitely take on Klein and he will get the joy because he's way faster. He has the trickery and he can create a
exactly.
couple of chances. But it's just I think it's a learning curve. It's an eye opener for the manager. Also, he has to work on it. Like his decision sometimes has to be faster and earlier. So
Yes.
like all in all, it's just a like I was saying, it's an eye opener and Ten Hag has learned
It
from it.
was.
And just watching, I saw a clip of him now saying we won against Arsenal in the last game without Casemiro, and hopefully we can do it again against
Yeah.
Arsenal. So that's just the way it is. A learning curve for the manager, also for the players, and hopefully we get a very good result. But today Rashford was poor,
Mm.
and I'll give him a five.
I feel the same way too, potentially when it comes to Rashford, like a five. I mean, I did like the pass he gave to Eriksen
Yeah,
for the assist that
because
Eriksen had for assisting Bruno whatnot. But other than that, like he gets
nothing.
into position and whatnot, and there's somebody was saying like he needs to be better at looking up before you shoot. Look up,
Yeah.
okay? Be smart. Look like
We
he
had a
has
couple of
moments where he
chances
does that,
today.
but
Like we had a couple of situations or a couple of attack that if he
yeah,
had made better decisions, might have scored.
yes,
But today it's just like it looks. Rashford looks off today. He
he
like
looked
his
off today. He
expression.
really did. He
It
did.
looks
He did.
tired. It looks like someone that needs to rest. But unfortunately for these players, they don't have the time to rest because we go to Arsenal on Sunday and
It's
we
no,
need
no.
to hit the ground running. And I think
Yeah,
now
it is.
the like playing back-to-back games it gets to those players, which is normal because they are human beings, fatigue
Yeah.
setting,
Does
injuries
Arsenal have
setting,
any? They don't
and
have any mid game, so they basically are resting.
yeah, they are
Nah,
resting.
that's you know what? They don't want to
And
see us
to be
win.
fair, I don't know what's going on there, but I think Arsenal also have an outstanding game, which they could have fixed that game for this period. But it seems
Mhm.
the outstanding game was City, so they could not
Oh
fix it.
yeah, yeah, of course. Oh,
Yes,
true. Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
could
yeah,
not fix
yeah.
it with the because City plays Tottenham tomorrow, so that's why that's happening.
Yeah,
But I just think we have to play way better than we did today against Arsenal. We have to give that level of performance. But Rashford,
exactly.
hopefully, I'm hoping it's just a blip. We see a very good and a very fit and strong Rashford against Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good point. Now I feel, yeah, I think you're really spot on with that analysis there, Ola. And then lastly, what do you think about Weghorst's debut?
I think because Devil was okay, was all right. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
really do much, but I think this is his first game, and I think we also because the Ireland factor with City, we had the Vegas factor today because he's a different type of player to Martial,
Yes,
and now the players have to train and try to work around delivering the ball to him and trying to
exactly.
create something around him. So I can't really rate him bad today, even though I
Mm,
think he wasn't that good, but he did
mm,
a job. He for the goal, like he had a very huge impact in the goal because his movements took off the defenders and gave Bruno the space and time to score the goal. So that was good for him. But
mm,
apart from that, I don't really think he did much. He tried to he link up the play sometimes. His area presence was needed at some point. And I think he going off then too was, I think, I like with this game you just say a lot of things, but I just think the game is gone. A debut, fine. Hopefully, he comes good and he gets a couple of goals during his loan spell. But today it was just
mm.
average. It was an average five performance for me. Because
Yeah, for me, yeah, I see your point. I think he was decent. There were some good moments here and there, which I did kind of like. Yes, okay, of course. I mean, he didn't score or an assist and whatnot, but there was other stuff that I did appreciate and whatnot. I would say, like, you know what, a five, decent, okay, and whatnot. But okay. So, lastly, before we start to end the stream, what do you? How do you think we can kind of go into that Arsenal game? Do you think it is possible for us to get some type of result, even though we don't have Casemiro? I mean, for me, an extremely important player, if not our most important player, potentially
yeah,
in terms of how much he has added into this team, in
yeah.
that midfield which we have been missing for a while. So once again, the question is more so: is it a way that we can get at Arsenal?
Yeah, I think we can get a result against Arsenal. But I think I think we might see my first start. I think my first start will be beneficial to us because we need to pack that midfield. Because Zinchenko and Tierney will be coming, we playing the inverted role and be coming to the midfield and packing up the midfield for us now. So we need Feda Matoney, Eriksen, and Bruno on top of their game. And I think Eriksen going further forward he can create more. He can create something out of nothing and see Rashford up
Mm,
top. And just because we don't know if Marshall will be fit for the game, so I think
good
Rashford up
point.
top will be good. And we can hit them
Hmm.
on the play because I think Arsenal will dominate the game. We've seen that We've seen that, and not having Casemiro will also impact the way we move the ball and the way we link up the play. So I think Arsenal will dominate a huge chunk of the possession, but we can eat them on the break the way we did in the first game. I think we just need to get the results anyhow we can. I don't really expect a very good performance against Arsenal because Arsenal they are the best team in the league this season. They've played a lot of games and they played really well. And we are just building. We are just building. We are just trying to build up the
Mm,
momentum and get and Tena is just trying to get a style into these players. So I think the result is more important than the performance for me. I think hitting them on the break and getting the goals is very important. We can have Garnacho, Rashford up front. And but I think the midfield has to be packed. We need bodies in the midfield. We need Fred to
it
do the
needs to
running.
be.
We need Fred to do a job like he did on De Bruyne. We need him to do a job on Odegaard. I think if
Oh
we
yeah,
can
yeah,
get
yeah.
if we can get Odegaard out of the game, then I think you have done a very good job. Partey is not really creative. He does the defensive part of the job, but the creative spark in this team is Odegaard. And if you can get him
I think
out
so
of
too.
the
I
game,
think
get
Erdogan
him
is the
linking
key,
of the
man.
play
Yeah.
with Saka
Mm,
and Martinelli. If you can stop that or stop that, then we can get Joy moving the ball better and getting the
mm.
counter attack. So we need to pack up that midfield. And defensively, we
We
need to
need
be
to.
strong and top of our game. No one needs to slip up. It's
Nobody.
slip up, then Arsenal
It's
scores.
done. You
Yeah, that's
gotta be on your A game. Everybody needs to be disciplined, follow the plan, and we
yeah,
keep it moving. That's it. You
yeah.
gotta follow the plan. So we'll see. It's gonna be. I mean, I'm just kind of excited to see how, in a way, it's gonna be very interesting to see how will Ten Hag, kind of set up the game. Are you going to have McTominay and Fred, or will you maybe think, hey, Martinez, you gonna be the DM? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, like on Sunday we see, but I just think
And
we need
we
to
would
watch.
we have ever assumed that Shaw was going to be a center back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And,
Go
and, and,
ahead.
and at the end of the day, I don't just want us to lose. I will take a draw. I will take a draw right now against Arsenal. I don't want us to lose because losing that
I
game,
don't want to lose
I think
either.
losing that game will damper our hopes and will kill the
Nah, it's
momentum
going to be annoying,
we have
especially
been
after this. No, 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 no.
apart
For
what
yeah,
what I feel is fine. We as fans we want to win against Arsenal, but
yeah.
let's even look away from that and look at the team with the performances they've been they've been putting in week out. Now they've due today against Palace. If they lose against Arsenal, then I think the momentum will go down, and the next game after that might be a disaster also. So we
That's a
need
good
that
point.
result.
Yeah,
We
that might
need
like
the result.
suddenly drop the
A
mentality.
draw
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
yeah.
okay for this game, but hopefully we get 7 points out of 9, and we can keep building what we have been. But I don't care how scrappy the win is, but I just need to get that win against Arsenal.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I'm
now
thinking, however you need,
I think
go ahead.
yes, and now I think the predictions of other United fans will be more realistic now because we've been over the moon before, and and if we have gotten the win today, like it would have been worse, and we might
That
have
is
ended up
actually, you know
losing.
what? You're
We
actually putting that because imagine now. Okay,
might have ended up
we went
losing the
in with
Arsenal
this
game.
approach. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a good point because okay, we drew this game. It sucks right now.
Yeah,
But let's say we would have won this game. Okay, we're all in like la la land. We are,
yeah.
moving different.
You'd
Bam,
have
and
been
then we get
seeing
slapped up by Arsenal. That would
you
suck.
yes, you'd have been seeing predictions like funny United. You have seen like because there are some fans that are just over the moon. Fine, I understand that they want us to come back to the team we've been in the past, but it takes time. Rome was
It
not built in
does.
a day. Taylor can't just come in and build the team in a day. He
Mm,
has done a fantastic job. Like Taylor has exceeded
100%.
our expectations when it comes to the performance of this team. And
Mm,
even today in the first half, we didn't create a lot of chances, but we dominated the game.
yeah,
And in the last games we play against Palace, we've seen them dominate us at Selhurst Park. But the fact that we could dominate them in the first half
mm,
shows that there's an improvement. We were able to link up the play better in the first half. It shows that there's
mm.
an improvement. So I think the every little positive, I will take that for this for the process for the tenor process. And I
Of
think tenor will
course.
be good. I
It's
think
a
he will.
learning process. It's more so, okay, hey, y'all dropped, your heads for a second. Some of you guys weren't disciplined enough. You gotta you gotta take that
And
away with
and
you in different games.
And
Kill off
knowing Ten
games.
Hag, we all know he will rip these players apart in training tomorrow,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
will get them working really hard. and
They're gonna be hearing
hopefully
it from Ten Hag.
we see a reaction. Like you should see the reaction from Eric Ten Hag when he considered that goal. Like he shook his head for like for a manager to have that reaction, it shows you that these players have let me down today, and they need to work hard to be able to perform better in the next game, which is against Arsenal, and hopefully we can get the win. But we just have to be
Yeah,
realistic. And I would, like I said, I would take a draw right now, but
yeah.
hopefully get the win and keep
I want to
Arsenal
win,
strong
man.
because they are also running their mouth way too much, and I think they see a lot of games for
Yeah.
anyone to drop points.
Mm.
So even if we lose to Arsenal, we can still make top four. We can still finish third position because Arsenal they have to play City twice. They still have to play Chelsea. They still have a lot
They
of tough games to play,
do.
which I think they might drop points at some point. So
Yeah, could happen.
that's
And take like
just
we are the only team that Arsenal haven't won against, or like we've won against Arsenal. We've
yeah,
taken points, so we could do it again.
yeah, we
We
could.
can definitely do it again. Before we end, let's just read the last a few of the comments. The Bronze Adonis says no hair equals no testosterone. Oh, okay, really? So you're saying because Tenag has no hair that he? Okay, wow, is that what we're doing? Okay, all right. Hashim, which is the Chelsea fan, says Palace are light work. LOL. We beat them both games, but Hashim, where are you in the league? Where are you in the league? You gonna be playing against Liverpool. It's the El Shitico, which I'm gonna be excited to do a watch along for. So Hashim, hold that. Mac Oy says, apart from the goal, how do you rate Bruno Fernandes' performance? I mean, technically, we kind of dived into that already with
Yeah,
the play rankings, but it's more so we felt like, hey, okay, you had the goal, great, but sloppiness here and there. There were
yeah,
some good moments, but not necessarily the best game. But the work ethic, nobody's going to take away the work ethic, of course, from Bruno and him as a captain overall. But I wouldn't necessarily say this was like the best game of him, but I did feel like a lot of guys here, we're going to keep it 100. A lot of them had enough day. There were other players, more so I would say the overall defense did their thing, especially. I do feel like we can't really talk too much about the defense because they were kind of cleaning up after the midfield being a little bit sloppy, the attackers not doing much with killing off the game. So, hey, there's stuff that we need to work on, but we're taking it, as Ola has been saying, one game at a time. Right now, this sucks. This is annoying, as we were, on the way to win the game. But, we got to just move on and move into the Arsenal game. Try to do, you know, take away. I definitely want us to win the game to move into that. So that's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, that's that, guys. Big up to all, to each and every one of you who have been here for this live match reaction. I'll be back tomorrow for a live watch along for the Man City versus Spurs. So I hope both of them actually draw the game. That would be great. We'll see. Regardless, we will see actually. But yeah, we're having lots of videos planned for this week, guys. Remember, of course, to show some love to Ola. Ola, where can the people find you?
The United Family on YouTube, like you said, my channel link is in the description. On Instagram, the United Family. On Twitter, the United Family with the letter D. Uh, like you can find me everywhere on Sofia's channel. Like we still have a lot of content to do together.
Oh yeah,
Guys, please subscribe, like, and share our videos. Support the movement. She's doing a really great job, and hopefully we get to that level which we all are hoping for and gets bigger
yep,
and better. So that's
yes,
just it. And hopefully we get the win against us now and we do a
yes.
match action all buzzing and happy.
Yeah, I need to end. As that's gonna be on Sunday, we need to end the weekend on a good note. So yeah, big up. But yeah, guys. See y'all tomorrow. Have a
Yeah.
lovely day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you. Peace out. We're out. Bye.
So